Hey guys, Gillian here with another installment of Form Focus, and in this week's edition I want to talk a little bit about the squat. The squat is a great multi-joint functional exercise. We've talked about the form before, but today I want to give you 3 different options for the squat to give you some variety and interest in your workouts. So, 3 squats for you here today. The first one is just I want to review the basic squat movement, and then I'm going to give you 2 other options to layer in as you wish. So the basic squat, my feet are about a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and I'm going to point my toes straight ahead in this version. This is kind of your basic squat. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hinge first at my hip, and I'm going to engage my glutes, engage my core. I'm going to come down to about 100 degrees in the knee, and then I'm going to push through my heels to come back up, squeezing my glutes at the top. Coming down, up, and squeeze those glutes, okay? You don't have to do the hand motions, just get into that movement pattern. Okay, that's your basic squat. From the front, you'll notice that my knees don't track past my toes, and my knees are staying in line with my toes throughout the movement. So that's your basic squat. Really make sure you're mastering that before you layer on anything. If you're just getting started with squats, one of the tools I actually like to use is the ball. We can take this one over to the wall, and we can actually incorporate the ball for a little bit more support. So for this one, we're going to take that ball against the wall, and we're going to place it in our low back. We're going to step out almost into like a hack squat, if you're familiar, a hack squat position. So my feet are out in front of me so far so that my knees still won't travel past the toes. I'm going to come down, and then I'm going to push my weight through my heels. Down, and pushing my weight through my heels. Having this unstable ball in the back is actually going to challenge my core just a little bit more and take it a little bit more forward into the quads. So that's a ball squat. And then the final one I have for you today is called a plie squat. So for the plie squat, what I like about this one is it really helps activate that medial quad. Runners out there, that's a muscle that tends to be quite weak. So it's especially in runners, and it can contribute to runner's knees or patellofemoral syndrome. So working on strengthening this medial quad can be really helpful. So toes and knees out to 10 and 2 with this one. Instead of that straightforward, clocking them out 10 and 2, you're going to point your knees out in the same direction of your toes. Your knees track in line with your toes, not past your toes. Again, we're going to sit back into the squat, pushing the weight through the heels. I lost my balance there. So watch for that. And coming down and pushing your weight through your heels. Watching that your knees are tracking under the toes. Of course, with all of these options, you can absolutely add some weight once you have that patterning down. Make sure you got the form and the patterning down first, and then layer on your load. I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions at all, Gillian with a G at superu.ca.